Greetings and salutations, everybody. My name is Axe, and it is Friday. If you don't know what that means, it is time for an episode of Team Fortress Friday, the show where every Friday I take topics suggested by you lovely people of the community. I pick one, unload my brain into it, play TF2 to it, and it's a very casual, good show. Fun fact, episode 30. This channel has been around for 30 weeks, or I guess maybe 29, because the first video I ever did was a Team Fortress Friday. Point is, this is episode 30, so woohoo! Congrats, thank you for being such a good, long-running backbone of this channel. I intend to do it as far into the future as I can. So yeah. Anyways, again, if you're not familiar with the show, the idea is that people suggest topics in my last video, and I just give my insight, opinions, maybe advice if I have any. I just give my view on it in the hopes that it kind of resonates a chord with somebody or makes them realize something. Because knowing something and realizing something are two totally different things. You can know a lot of things, but when you realize them, it's a lot different, if you know what I'm talking about. But anyways, I digress. I need to get to it. This week's TFF shout out goes to, I hope I get this right, I'm sorry if I don't, KaleBop96. Sorry if I didn't, but I think I did. Could you talk about stress next? I know somebody who has been really stressed lately and actually got ill because of it. And so first off, stress, it's a really, really common human thing. Everybody goes through stress, whether it be a small degree to a large degree of, like you said here, getting yourself sick and bothered, which I have some personal stories with. Basically, stress, I think its main primary trigger is through fear, and primarily of that, fear of failure, because for the most part, you know, let's say you're not going to do well on tests, you're afraid of maybe fucking up future, you're afraid of, are you making the right choices in life? The things that cause stress are generally fear of failing, unless you have the other degree, which is just insurmountable amounts of work on you. Like, you have so much work to do, and, you know, it's just overwhelming to your head, and it stresses you out. But for the most part, those are the primary reasons for stress, and so everybody gets it, unless you're some weird, rare scenario, but everybody goes through stress. And everybody has their own methods for dealing with stress. Everyone has their own niches, and I suggest this to you now. I know this is a bit just random, but if you are somebody who deals with stress like on a constant basis, try to find what that niche is that makes you vent and lets you escape from that. My experience with stress personally has been a rather rocky one. All throughout high school, I was always stressed. I was always very high strung because I was working so hard in advanced classes to try to maintain a straight A average to feel acceptance from my family and for myself. Because at that point in life, I felt that my purpose and happiness was through my academic and educational success, which was a big flaw. No, you don't want to do that, which I've later now revised and found inner peace with, so to speak. But anyways, it got to the point to where I was incredibly stressed all the time, and I would kind of lash out at people that were really close to me, the people I knew that if I lashed out with, they wouldn't just leave. You know, it would just be like he's in a bad mood, which they didn't deserve. But I also got to the point where my senior year, during like a Life is Weird video, when I talked about it, I was really like depressed and out, really depressed. I was so stressed and so embarrassed and so ashamed by my failure, and that's true failure, not like bad. Anyways, you know, I was so ashamed and stressed about all that every single day, I woke up, I dry heaved or threw up if I had stuff in my stomach, always, and then had, sorry, little bit of gross spoiler alert thing, I had horrible diarrhea. It was just constant stomach pains and constant wanting to vomit, and it was awful, but it was all based on stress and embarrassment and these inner conflicted feelings I had. And that was a bit different because that was stress that I needed outside help to cure, because it was depression tied in with. But for the most part, when I dealt with stress in my other times, I you have to, I don't know how to put this well. If it is about a failure, let's say a test or a interview or something, I found, and don't take this too far, but it is better to be slightly underprepared but calm than over-prepared and worried beyond belief. Because if you, and that can be debated depending on the situation, but what I find is that whatever you're doing, if you have a calm mind, it's going to go better. And so, when you build importance, we give importance to things as much as, I guess we determine the importance that things have in our lives. Though somebody could tell you that this test will affect everything in your future, if you don't care about that, you don't, and that's not important anymore. But if, let's say, a math test that could give you a B or an A, I'm going really basic younger school here, I know, but I'm just giving a general example that everyone's gone through. If that is the case, then you can just, you could put so much importance on it that you get kind of sick to your stomach and like, oh God, what if I fail? What if I do this wrong? What if I don't? And then the biggest thing, though, I have to give you stress is, honestly, I'm not trying to sound, what's the word I'm looking for? Fuck. I'm not trying to sound superior or above, but patronize. I'm not trying to patronize people. Sorry for that. But what you need to do is, if something is really stressing you out, try to fit it into perspective of really what will this honestly affect. And if it went wrong, why would that be so bad? You might not, and I've come to realize that a lot of the stuff I stress myself out for, I realized that at the end of the day, those things, though would be optimal to my situation, would not drastically hurt my life. Those things would not and that's very fine tuning. So it relieves some stress, and it allows you to keep a more calm mind and assess things more during the situation or things you're stressed about. If it is home life you're stressed about, if it is depression, if it is just overwhelming work, things that you cannot just directly change, it's finding that outlet that allows you to continue on with your day, or finding what it is that is worth that drive. What is it about you, or is it someone else in your life that allows you to continue that want to thrive and to survive and to continue? And if that is the case, then find that niche. I found, honestly, video games and like stuff like that I did for a while, but honestly, that's why I go on these walks. I just go on a walk. I just gotta go, and it just clears my mind. I unravel my thoughts, and it allows me to come back in a much more peaceful and understanding state. Just that's where I'm at. I'm not saying that to you, but it just helps, in my opinion, to kind of clear your head from time to time and finding that hobby or something that you really enjoy. So anyways, guys, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. If you have a topic for next week, post it in the comments below. Nothing political or religious, please. If you see one you like, thumbs it up so I can see what you guys want to hear. Anyways, have an amazing weekend. Have an amazing Friday. Episode 30. Thank you so much for supporting me. Love you all, and bye-bye. Have an amazing day. He started grabbing my shoelace, and the moment I really freaked was when the one pulled left and the other one pulled right, and they both started growling. And at that moment, I knew I had to get out of that situation. And I knew one thing: if I ran, it was going to trigger an instinct. But I was at the point where they were